So today we want to really talk about some of the costly mistakes that cleaning business owners make, and I want to talk about you know the fifth and the sixth costly mistake that cleaning business owners make. I think we've done four so far, and today I just want to, because these two things they intertwine, they kind of go together. And I have made this mistake, and I wouldn't want people to make that same mistake again, right? The first one is not being able to delegate, right? Or choosing not to delegate. I don't know why we do this. I think part of the reason why we do this is because most cleaning business owners come from a culture of smallness, to the point where we see ourselves as the people that are constantly working in the business, right? And we have learned to train our minds not to trust anybody in the business. I don't know why we do that. We have learned not to train our minds that if somebody does something that we are supposed to do, it is going to fail, that the client is not going to understand. Now the client is not going to, and because they don't understand, they are not going to be merciful, they're not going to show grace, and you will lose a client. And let's be honest, there are some clients who would not understand that you are choosing to delegate your work, right? That you're choosing to delegate your work, and you're choosing to make sure that you can be in different places at the same time. So what happens with the lack of delegation is that you know when you work in your business all the time, a friend of mine just told me this, and I thought it was so brilliant. When you work in your business all the time, you kill the ability to be creative, right? And what that simply means is that because you've entrenched yourself in the cleaning business for so long, you get into survival mode. And anybody that is in survival mode is not creative, right? Anybody that is in survival mode is thinking about, let me get in here, let me do the best possible job I can do, and let me get out because I am tired, or I have two other clients I have to clean tonight or this morning or whatever time that you choose to clean. But when you delegate, right, hiring people is a form of delegation. Because whereas you were doing the job, you are hiring somebody and saying, I am entrusting this space with you, that you're going to clean it even better than me. And that's something that I always do. When I hire people, I always tell them, listen, this is your space. Even when I come here for inspection, you should know this space so well that you tell me the things that is going on that I didn't know otherwise, right? So the lack of delegation amongst cleaning business owners is one of the reasons why we fail. Because when you don't delegate and you think you can do everything, you burn out. And when you burn out, your cleaning business become a job. And you already hated having a job, so now you do things haphazard. And then when you do things haphazard, the next minute you know is the thing is not working, and everybody is surpassing you. Now you become disgruntled, and you think this thing you made a mistake, right? You didn't make a mistake. You didn't make a mistake starting your cleaning business. You just made a mistake not delegating the task that goes into making your cleaning business successful. So not delegating is one of the costly mistakes that I've seen cleaning business owners make. I made that mistake. There were times that I thought I could do everything, whereas I had help and I had people within my inner circle that would say, hey, let me take this off your hands. I thought, well, they couldn't do it the way that I like to do it. So and then I found myself just being burned out. I wasn't being creative. One of the things I did was initially with my service company, I was the one that was in charge of the social media posting. And then one day I woke up and I was like, listen, I'm doing social media posting. At the time I was cleaning in the business, right? I was doing everything, and I was like, I'm tired. So I immediately realized that I needed two people that will help me. I needed an executive assistant who will help me in all aspects of the business, sending out things, sending out emails when needed, sending out quality assessment emails at the end of the month, following up with clients via email. So I asked a very good friend of mine, I said, hey, do you know an executive assistant? Somebody that can be an executive assistant to me. And trust me, for 3 years now, that person has been of help to me, and I've not had to struggle. There are certain things all the person does is they push the emails out. I don't have to do that anymore. And then with the social media marketing, I just found we put an ad out and we found an awesome individual. And now I don't remember the last time I posted on my service business when it comes to social media marketing, whether it is Facebook, whether it is Instagram, on our website. I like website building, so I still dabble with it. But now we got somebody that's helping us out with it. Now I'm freer. Delegation is so critical. And I think we don't delegate because we don't believe that we are leaders. Because astute leaders who are very competent, teach us delegation very well. Because they impart onto the person to whom they are delegating their knowledge, their wisdom, and they believe that that person can do it and can do it at a very high level, right? So delegation is the number 5 thing that I costly mistake that we don't make or we don't do that really downs our business. The number 6 thing is lack of training, and that is super, super critical. I think in one of my YouTube videos, I talked about how I brought in somebody. I assumed that because the person had cleaning experience, I didn't go into the client's place, and I think that client I was making $1,300 twice a week. It was a dental office, and I lost it. The client waited for me to come around. I never did. I never went to train. And I say I never went to train because if you don't go there, then there's a possibility you're not training, right? So I didn't, and the client canceled the contract. So not training is something that we need to take note of, right? You need to go you need to go to the facility, and you need to be able to just find out where they are, the client, the staff is having issues, and talk about it. Show them how you do it. Now, if you have a subcontractor, you need to ensure that the subcontractor has a robust training program. One of the things we are doing at Distinct is that now when we are bringing subcontractors in, it's not just you sign on and you sign the subcontracting agreement and all the things that we are looking for. I want to sit down with you. I want to see how you operate your business. Because if depending on how you operate your business, I will know whether or not you have a very good training program. Right? So delegation and training go hand in hand. What are some of the training programs that you do? Listen, don't complicate it. Have a habit of showing up at even if you hire a manager, have a habit of hiring a manager that understands the work, know how to do the work, and then showing up at different sites and saying, hey guys, we are noticing that you are having issues with the floors. How are you doing the floors? If they show you, because the problem is that a lot of cleaning staff, they have an idea how they should clean. But the truth is that it's not how you want them to clean. So it's not about firing them. It's more so about just taking the opportunity to remind them, retrain them, and constantly do it. So some people will soak a mop into a lot of water, and you're telling them, the type of floors that we have, you don't have to mop that way. That's training, right? There is also the classroom trainings where you can find very good online training courses that you can send to your staff and say, hey, please take this course. You get a certificate. People like certifications. People like to be mentioned. People like to be acknowledged, right? So that is there. But in our business, especially for people who do night cleaning, the best way to train is going on the location and then bringing them along. Let them see, right? Let them see what they're doing right. Always highlight what people are doing correctly, and let them see what they are doing wrongly. So the number 5 and 6 reason, costly mistake. I'll reiterate this again. Costly mistake that people make. And it's just we cleaning business owners, we make this mistake all the time. Is one, we don't delegate, and we fail to train. And I think part of the reason why we fail to train is because we've worked in the business so much that we get burned out. So it's like when you bring on somebody, you rather just be home. And our definition of success is being home and making money. But listen, that can only go for so long. When the client is not happy, they will fire you. Now you have to go and look for a new client. So have a habit of delegating, right? True leadership. And I hope people understand that when you are a cleaning business owner, you are a leader. I don't believe that some people are born with special leadership ability or whatever. I think we all have leadership ability within us. It's just how we choose to grow and mature it. That is what matters. And as a business owner, you are a leader. And when you delegate well, it's a clear sign of good leadership. And when you train well to the point where your staff begin to have an understanding and think the way you do and see things the way that you do and are not robotic, they're not just going with the scope of work, the checklist, and they see things the way that you do, you're doing a good job training. So don't be that cleaning business owner that doesn't delegate and doesn't train. Anyway, I hope this was very helpful. Make sure you subscribe to our pages and on YouTube, on WhatsApp, and on Instagram and Facebook at the Janitorial Coaching Hub. I hope this was helpful to you, and see you around. Take care.